Hello, how are you everyone? Today I will talk about what paradigm is reflecting in the early learning and care discourse within this articraft. Paradigm is very important in early learning and care because it is in central and importance in our children's life, such as childhood education, quality care, and child well-being. It's connected to our concerns and challenges by seeking a specific support for our government. These social connections are important in our relationships for each one of us and in every situation in life. When all people united together, the community comes together and finds a solution to their struggles and sacrifices, which they are facing in their everyday lives. And with any situation that arises in our daily lives. For example, poverty, free education for children from 1 to 5 years old, and increasing salaries to the educators. In chapter 2, Moz explained that running through the chapter is a theme that paradigm is of central importance to relationship any one of us with early childhood education or in need with any other aspect of life. Children are very innocent small human beings, helpless and beautiful creation of God. Adults should not be cruel, greedy, or being selfish in giving their care to them. This world should be a world of supportiveness, care, and complete faith. They need to be highly supported in every quality ways and mercifully cared for. We are children before we need to see this. We need to see it's happening, positive happening for every child. What are the professional goal in your life? My professional is to give quality support experience to the innocent and make me more wiser and kinder. That is why God selected us to be here for them. We can bring many positive changes for all. The importance of worldly life is to make all human beings happy, feel secure and motivated with every day, motivating with every day of our lives. In chapter 1, Moses explained that paradigm is a basic belief systems through the lens of which we see Paradigm is a basic belief systems through the lens for which we see, interpret, and make sense of the world and our bundles of experience in it. It can be thought of as world view as a mindset. This system consists of an assemblage of ideas, assumptions, and value that each hold and may be unquestionably reproduced through the upbringing and education or challenging and changes through those some processes. Our instinct is as living beings likes to bring massiveness, pure and care and high quality to the children and mothers in our communities and every place we go in our daily lives. We are like in one boat. We do not want to see another fall. We need to support one another humanly, kindly way and mercifully way. What parenting is reflected in the early learning and care discourse with these articrafts. Paradigm is very important in early learning and care because it is the central of importance in our children such as so okay, sorry, it's one thing here. The how to move forward with early learning, the child care in Canada article also emphasize that quality universal ECE program require more direct government funding with which may be supplement with parents fees that are affordable. And this shows that when we remain silent and swallow the reality, nothing will change. Things will be normal, like like nothing will happen. Our country is rich, but it needs smart people who knows the strategy of communication in a massively and powerful voices and sweet words and let their hearts and the hearts of our government to melt with kindness and bring more changes in everyone. We know it will be hard, but nothing is impossible if we can follow our professional people and our human hearts to lead to our magical permanent. Most add that when we debate, we need all our strength and to fight with our rights and rights of the children. We need to speak clearly and not to the point and to the point and not hesitating. Every individual matter has a role to play and every individual can make differences. Most explain in chapter 1 that the voices and resistance movement with their alternative narrative and multitudes of perspectives and debate are not heard. To hear if you choose to listen. They can be found speaking clearly in many different places, through very rarely in the discussion papers or policy documents of think tanks, national government, or international organization which seldom invite their presence. In video 2, we learned that the same information about early child education is important to the life of the children, education, and families for the government to investigate. Early years study website read about us. Explain that early child education helps children learn and allow parents to return to work when we need it most. To build back stronger, we must create Canada-wide childhood education system. The fact is that childhood education is the smartest investment that Canada can make right now. So it's a time to support Universal ECE for Canada. Early years 2021. Enhanced parental leave now up to 19 months, full day kindergarten for 4 years, and in Ontario, the Northwest Territories, and Nova Scotia. Full day kindergarten for 5 years old, British Columbia, Newfoundland, Ontario. When we cry for poverty, our children will cry too, and this will affect their holistic development and will not be well in their education system. But when the government view the poor challenges in humanity ways, things will get better and they can find a way in every difficult and struggles of many poor families. The post-human child is therefore in intelligent constitutes by concept and material forces, where the social and the political and the biological and the observing, measuring the control machines are interwoven and intertwined. In the chapter 7, Moss explained that everything around us affects everything else, which makes everything change and be continuous processing for becoming. This is the nerve of post-humanist perspectives. And it changes everything. Instead of hierarchical world topped of by human, there are now common world that human beings share with all manners of others, living an innate human and more than human beings. Who benefit and who disadvantaged by the discourse presented in these artifacts? The most benefit will be the young children and their families who have low income and have from young toddlers to age 5 years old who have low income and better wages to the educators. In social policy, Monica posted a very beneficial video about how much we need to support it by our government. In my diploma studies, I didn't know think about studying policy because I thought that I had to know only about early child education. It's not in our related to my field, but I'm wrong. All we need political concerning. We need to know more about policies that is going on in this world so that we can live happily. Hartley Dean said that we drawing a policy is in controlling all stuff, so we all concern is what we require for us to be able to live good life. We all need to be healthy. We all need education. We all need decent houses. We all need jobs. We need money. But we also need pensions and so on. But we also need things like identity and security and fundamental social policy is a study of each other in society of independent human beings and that can achieved through the government on their hands, but it's also achieved on an everyday basis within our families, within our community. Non-governmental organization can have a lot to do with their provisionals and social policies. Particular in developing countries, for example, we write the social sciences for whatever ideas are useful to explore the problem associated with policy making of human beings. So yes, we draw one accumulation. So yes, we draw on economic because we want to know who gets what in society, who know who in control of all this stuff. We draw in psychology, sociology, because yes, we are concerned about the complicity of human society, the conflict and the conflicting interests, and yes, that is true that business about is about social problem that created by society. In conclusions, when coronavirus started, children could not understand easily and coped well in the daily interaction with others. Parent and education are challenging to find ways out for their confusion and worries because this is new experience for all of us to wear the mask and to stay distance. Then we stayed inside for months. Children and most of us adults felt exhausted for unexpected reason. When the school we still was to school open, we still needed to remain in the social distances for the younger children was a big challenge because they did not understand. They used to play together and now they need to be separated. Their brain and bodies need to grow in playing together in all areas of development. We know that it is not easy for them, but if they sort the economic well and know who needs the most for their support, they always find that children has right. Thank you.